All right, guys. So the next team we're going to be looking ahead to next season for is the Ole Miss Rebels. Head coach Lane Kiffin really done a great job the last couple of years there. Has gotten them to double-digit wins. Has them set up really nicely for next season. Number one transfer portal class. Got a ton of transfer portal guys coming in. Looking like an early preseason top 5 team. I did have them in my top 5, which should put them in the playoff as long as they can keep Coach Lane Kiffin. We'll see. I mean, by the end of this video, heck, he might be in Alabama. Roll Tide. We'll see. Don't know who their head coach is going to be just yet, but it looks like it's probably down to Kiffin, Sarkisian, Kalen DeBauer, or Mike Norvell. Probably one of those 4 is what it sounds like. Let's go ahead and look at Ole Miss next season. All right, so got a pretty good schedule here. We'll get to that here in a little bit, but let's look at their recruits first off. There we go. All right, so looking at the transfer portal class, number 1 transfer portal class, number 20 recruiting class. All right, so they've definitely got some good guys coming in. Let's look at the recruiting class first off, though. All right, so as you can see here, number 1 player in Mississippi, number 1 interior offensive lineman in Mississippi, 13th ranked guard in the nation, William Eccles coming in. Got some pretty good other pieces coming in. Number 2 receiver, number 15 D lineman. Got some really good pieces coming in here. Like I said, as you can see. All right. Let's go ahead and look at their transfer portal next. Let me pull this up for y'all. All right, so incoming transfers, like I said, they've got a ton of impressive guys coming in. Number 1 transfer portal class for a reason. Some definitely instant impact guys. You got Logan Diggs, running back from LSU coming in. Could be the next guy at running back now that Quinshon Judkins has transferred to Ohio State. Diego Pounds. Why did I struggle to say that? Offensive tackle from North Carolina. All right, Richardson from Mississippi State, cornerback. Edge rusher, defensive end, Tyler Barron from Tennessee. That's a really important piece here. Their D-line that they have added here is going to be stout. All right, so you got Tyler Barron. You got Princely from Florida. You also got Walter Nolen. We'll get to in a little bit from A&M. But also just look at all these pieces here. All right, offense, defense, they have added it all. All right, another wide receiver, Juice Wells from South Carolina. Big pickup there. Linebacker from Arkansas, Chris Paul Jr. But like I said, Walter Nolen, number 1 player in the transfer portal class from A&M. Huge get here. But they also lose some transfers, like you can see here. All right, Judkins, like I said, going to Ohio State. That's the big one. All right, 4-star safety. Tennyson also lose a couple other guys. All right, so another running back here. But what they have coming in is super impressive. Let's go ahead and look at their schedule next season as well. All right, schedule sets up pretty nicely. I'll scroll down to the bottom here in a minute, but let's go ahead and take a look here. All right, got Furman. That's a win. Middle Tennessee, that's a win. Wake Forest, that's a win. Georgia Southern, that's a win. Kentucky, that's a win. South Carolina, that's a win. Your first real test probably is going to be at LSU. I think they'll win that game. LSU's losing a ton of pieces. They lost 3 games this year with Daniels at quarterback. So without him, I feel like that's an Ole Miss W automatically. You've got Oklahoma. All right. I think that's a win also. Oklahoma without Dylan Gabriel is not the same Oklahoma with Dylan Gabriel. I think that's an easy win. Arkansas, that's a win. Then here comes your next real test, okay? You got Georgia. All right, I'm going to probably circle that as a loss, but Georgia has a really tough schedule themselves. They have Clemson. They've got at Alabama, at Texas, at Ole Miss. All right, that's 3 top 5 away games. Going to be really difficult. Georgia's going to lose one of those. Might be against Ole Miss, but as of right now, I'm going to put that as a loss for Ole Miss. Win versus Florida, win versus Mississippi State. I've got you with 1 loss. That's going to put you in the playoff, no doubt. And I think I have Mississippi State at number 5 in my preseason poll. Should be a force next year in the college football playoff. You got to believe Alabama's going to drop a little bit with Saban leaving. Now, if they pull Lane Kiffin, we'll see what happens with all these guys, but I don't think that's going to happen. So that's going to vault you up in the pecking order, probably put you only behind Georgia and maybe Texas in the SEC. Ole Miss is going to be a force next year, will be in the playoff, will be a top 5 team. I think Ole Miss is going to be legit next season. But what do you think? Let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe.